Hey everybody, Jaime Vendera here, and let's talk about vocal strength training. If you want a powerful voice for more range, power, stamina, so that you can sing night after night, then strength training exercises are the key. I've been teaching these 3 ISO exercises for nearly 30 years. What is an ISO exercise? It is an isometric muscle building exercise that isolates an individual pitch. So we're talking about falsetto slides, transcending tones, and sirens. And let's think of these like doing some yoga for your voice, a bench press for your vocal cords, and even squatting with your vocal cords. So let's hop into the first exercise, the falsetto slide. All right, so as you're beginning your vocal strength training journey, you want to start gently with a little vocal yoga. We want to stretch out your voice with a very tiny volume slide called the falsetto slide. And it goes like this. That's all it is, the tiniest sound you can make. And we're going to inhale low and bear down, and we're going to pulse it 3 times so it hits the roof of your mouth, just like this. And we're going to slide like we're yawning and just releasing any tension we have in our voice. Now, if you can't do this low note, in falsetto, it's okay. It can be a tiny, full voice sound. So let's drop down a little bit and show you what that sounds like. And I was all in full voice there, but it was very tiny because I'm doing yoga with my vocal cords. Let's hop back up and let's do 4 or 5 of them together. That's all we're doing. Inhaling low, bear down 3 times. So push, push, push. And with every pulse, you're going to feel it hit the roof of your mouth like this. So feel this kind of action. You're bearing down and you're focusing up simultaneously. And it's so relaxing. It's setting you up for the more intense exercises. Got it? It's that simple. All right, exercise number 2 is a little more intense. This is the transcending tone, and I want you to think of it like you're bench pressing those vocal cords together. Think that you're starting in this very, very tiny voice like we did with the falsetto slide, but we're going to swell the volume as we go from typically falsetto to full voice. So here's an example, and I want to hit this note 5 times, and with every one I'm getting louder and stronger into my full voice. Simply like that. All right, so now let's try a few together, starting at middle C, and we're going to pulse that key 5 times, and with every pulse, I want you to go louder and stronger. Go from that falsetto to your full voice, just like this. Big deep belly breath, bear down, here we go. And every time I pulse, I'm bench pressing those vocal cords closer together for more full voice adduction. Next note. Now we'll tell you as I do that, I am bearing down a little more. I'm not pushing more breath, but I am bearing down to keep that diaphragm flexed, and it's making that sound open up like a flower blossoming on the roof of my mouth. Next note. Now, if you can start this exercise in falsetto, remember, it's okay to start in a very tiny full voice and swell to a louder full voice. We're still bringing those cords together. So when you're doing this exercise, you may notice that your voice is warbling. It may sound like this. And it's not staying together. What is going on? Well, this is a very specific way to bench press those vocal cords. And if you're in the gym and you're bench pressing really slow, your muscles may shake. So I get it, but we do want to smooth it out. So what's the quickest way to fix that? Spin your head as you're vocalizing through your Vox. So like this. So if you can get that head moving, you won't be able to grunt, and those chords will smoothly come together. And if it still cracks and breaks, it's all right. You're developing muscle. You're definitely building muscle mass with these exercises. So it could take a few weeks until it stabilizes and it's easier for you to hit higher pitches. All right, time for our last exercise. This is the full voice siren, and it's how I began my vocal coaching career way back in 1996. It's basically a slide that sounds like a siren, and we want to maintain a big, loud, almost robotic tone in full voice, like this. Now, as you're doing this exercise, you are not allowed to flip into falsetto, and you're not allowed to drop an octave down lower if you're vocalizing along to the workout. Stay in full voice. If the voice cracks, that's all right. We have a way to fix that. We inhale low, we bear down a little harder, like you're driving in a car and you're hitting the highway and you need to go a little faster. How do we do that? We push the gas pedal to the floor. That's going to stabilize those muscles and allow you to stay in full voice. You can also spin your head. Remember, that'll keep you from grunting the sound out, which is generally what happens with singers. So, again, and you may need to practice this for many weeks to stabilize that little shakiness. But hey, we're squatting with the vocal cords. What do you expect? You're building muscle, and at the end of the day, you're going to have a stronger, better voice that allows you to sing night after night without blowing out your instruments. So let's do a few more together. So I cracked. So how can we fix that? We're going to spin our head and bear down a little more. Immediately fixed it. You also notice me moving side to side. I mentioned this before. Think low to the left, right for the high notes. That's my piano. So if I lean to the left, that's simple. Just lean to hit those notes. Don't think reaching up for the high notes. Let's do one more. Wow, my voice is feeling strong. So do this routine at least 5 to 6 days a week. My suggestion is to do like the wake-up warm-up in the morning and then hop into the vocal strength training workout, and your voice will thank you. All right, so we're going to combine all 3 exercises together for the ultimate vocal workout, starting with your tiny slide or your falsetto slide. So let's begin. Remember, tiny. Pop, pop, pop. You want to feel that in the roof of your mouth. Now, I know I call this the falsetto slide, but if it's too low for you to be in falsetto, you can be in full voice, but the tiniest sound you can make. We're just trying to get the upper edges of the chords to vibrate together. Control, consistency. And notice my water's always bubbling. And hey, I feel like I can go into falsetto finally. Remember, I said it's one voice, so we want to try to keep it smooth and connected from the top to the bottom. There you go. Breathe in, bear down. Easy, gentle. Feel that buzz bouncing off the roof of your mouth with every ooh. All right, it's time for my favorite exercise, the transcending tone. Bench pressing those vocal cords together, going from a tiny falsetto to full voice. So allow that volume to swell as you bubble through your bottle and keep the bubbles consistent like this. Big breath, bear down. It's like an orchestra tuning up. They get louder together and to keep everything smooth and powerful from that tiniest sound to the loudest sound. We're not shouting, we're not belting, we're keeping control. We're projecting our voice by bench pressing those vocal cords. The more you do this, the smoother it'll get. Now, if it sounds like this, and you're cracking all over the place, it's okay. It's like hitting speed bumps in a car on the road. So if you slow down and bear down and spin your head, it'll make it easier. That's what happens a lot of times, we grunt. So if that happens again like this, what's the best way to fix it? Bear down, spin your head, just like this. And it comes together. Why? Because we can't grunt when we spin the neck. Hey, you could use that on stage, rocking out to the drum beat. Nobody will know. They'll think you're rocking out to the music and you won't crack. Let's keep going. There you go. Do you feel that buzz getting bigger? As you bear down and you get louder, you're going to feel that buzz in your mouth do this. It's going to open like a flower blossoming. And that's what we want. All right, time for our last exercise, the siren. This is like doing squats with your vocal cords. All full voice, a big, loud slide. And we don't want that sound to break into falsetto, so think of it like sliding around a circle. We're on the bottom of the circle, the top of the circle, back down. So you can even use your hands like this. Or you can think of it like an elevator. This is where you develop the strength in your voice. We kind of did some vocal yoga with the falsetto slides. We did a bench press with the transcending tone, and now we're full on full voice, full vocal cord adduction, and a big, loud, resonant sound. So keep it big through your bottle. Keep it bubbling. Now this is a situation, if it gets too high for you, you cannot flip to falsetto. You cannot drop an octave lower. You got to hang in there. It's best to just not do that pitch until you're comfortable with that pitch, which may be in a week or two, but maintain full voice and just bear down as you slide up. Keep going. I know you got this. You're sounding great. Do you feel that buzz? I can hear it. It's buzzing in the roof of your mouth, and you got an amazing sounding tone. And that's it. That's your vocal strength training regimen. I call them ISO exercises because they're isometric or isolation exercises, as you already know from watching the previous videos. So do this routine every single day to build a better voice.